sisters. I hope you're all doing well. First, I'd like to apologize for taking so long to get back to this video. I think I just needed to take some time to get back into focusing on Jesus and getting back into where He would lead me. But I do want to get to this video because I hope it would encourage you. It's about the Rapture Dream that God gave me a while back now. To go into like a little backstory in this dream, it was kind of like a two-part dream. So there were several months in between. But my oldest daughter, at our bedtime prayers one night, she had asked me if I actually believed that Jesus was coming back soon. And at that time I said, I don't know. I'll ask Him for you. So that night I prayed and I asked Him, her question for her, and He answered, and He gave me a dream. And then several months later, I had sort of like a continuation or a second part of that dream. And it's cool because that same daughter that had asked was in this dream, and she was asking Jesus a few questions. And so I just think it's cool how He answers. So I hope that this encourages you and blesses you, and that you keep looking up because our redemption does draw near. So in this dream, my husband and I were packing up this large cargo van. It's not a vehicle that we actually own, but it was like this big cargo van. And we had suitcases, and we were packing it up and getting ready to go. We were getting the kids in the car, getting them strapped in their seats, and we were locking up the house. And we didn't know where we were going or how we were going to get there, but we knew that we were going to be safe and that it was going to be good. And just a little backstory, our house we built ourselves, literally with our own hands, together just a few years ago. So it's not like something you would just willingly give up, but we were excited to be leaving. And I remember looking out over past our yard towards the lake, and it was, nice green grass, and the trees were all green. It was like the sun was setting, the sky was kind of like a pink color. So I don't know if it was sunrise or sunset. I don't know if that meant kind of the closing of an age. But anyway, we were in the car getting ready to go, and it was like we were waiting for the directions to be downloaded to the GPS or something to that effect. Like we were just waiting. We didn't know where we were going or how we were going to get there, but we knew that we would be taken there safely. And we were just waiting for, almost like the car would drive itself. It just needed that instructions to be sent. And that was pretty much the end of the dream. And then I woke up. Well, several months later, I had another dream. And this time, again, we were in a vehicle, but this time it was just me and two of my daughters. And it was like a truck, like an old farm truck, and it was night out, it was dark out. And Jesus was in the driver's seat. And my daughters and I were just asking Him a bunch of questions. And to be honest, I felt like a child too, in front of Him, like my daughters, just completely mesmerized by Him and just asking Him questions and just eagerly listening to His answers. And He was so kind and patient and loving and just, I don't know how to describe it, but He, and I wish I could remember some of the questions we asked, but it felt like we were asking questions for a long time. And then finally my daughter, the same one that had asked me if Jesus was coming soon, turned to Him and said, "Jesus, please don't leave us." And then He looked at her and He said, "You are coming with me." And in that moment, as soon as He said that, we were I would say translated or raptured somewhere else, and it wasn't earth. It was like what you would typically picture as like a heavenly place, sort of like a place in the clouds. And we were in this holding place or waiting room or heavenly waiting room in the clouds, and there was multitudes of other people there, and more people were arriving every second. More and more people arriving by bus loads, car loads, all by vehicles, interestingly, all by vehicles. And Jesus was at the center coordinating the whole thing. Now, I don't know what to make of this, but it was like He was using a computer like the internet or something. And I know that God doesn't need the internet, but I think that was symbolic or something of Him orchestrating the whole thing, and bringing all of His children home during that rapture time. And so that was the end of that dream when I woke up. So again, I hope this video encourages you with everything that's going on around us, that we can see that Jesus is coming soon. And I think a lot of Christians feel it, even if they're unsure of it. I think they feel it in their spirit, and I hope that this encourages you, that you can continue to look up and encourage one another. I know that the churches, many churches are starting to regather again, but continue to encourage one another in these times and share the gospel so that we can bring more people during the rapture. So I hope you guys have a blessed day, and thank you.